I spent a year building my dream game and nearly quit game dev entirely. At the time I was in love with point and click games and really wanted to make my own, one that made you stay for a while after the credits roll. However, my scope was just a bit too big. I wanted to give everything into making it, so I made the player, the inventory, the NPCs, but with tutorials. I didn't care, I just wanted to make my game. But I wasn't alone in this chaos. I asked for help from a friend of mine, from decisions to prototyping art, but we fought on everything every day. All of this because we wanted two different game genres and never agreed on the same idea. Art prototyping was our main push forward. It made us feel like we made some progress without actually having anything done. But the skills didn't disappear. What I learned while drawing made me a better artist today. Like these houses I'm really proud of, or this background I did for the main menu. However, this continuous fighting was just breaking us. We went on anyway and got through the conflicts. I was the programmer and also the artist, but her help was needed. But problems grew more than the progress. The game was lagging, lacking any actual gameplay and unable to fix it because, well, I used tutorials to make it. And we left it. Not intentionally, we just forgot with the time passing. And there I almost quit game dev forever. I thought that maybe it wasn't meant for me, and that left me empty. Something I worked on for months remained a folder in my PC. So I had other plans as a programmer. I made plugins for Minecraft, somewhat similar to what game dev is, but with the game already built. It was more feasible than making a game from nothing. However, it wasn't wasted time. Focusing on coding made me a better programmer overall. I don't regret stopping either. 1 year or so later, the game dev community exploded in outrage. It was for Unity's new pricing conditions. Everyone wanted to change engine, so I took the occasion to make my comeback and started to use Godot. I was a bit afraid initially, but I thought, hey, there's nothing to lose if I try. And so I did. The first weeks were a mix of curiosity and excitement. Godot's node system was more straightforward for me and I made progress real fast. I did the simple stuff, the things that could be seen working immediately, like the player controls. But when it got to making more complicated system and things that didn't immediately apply to the game, like managing levels, I burned out and got stuck again. So a couple of months later I started my long-term project, Grand Theft Hot Dog. For those who don't know, GTH is a pixel art platformer game I'm developing as a way to learn to finish projects. You can find the devlogs in the description. Well, I started full of hope and intention, making it through one line at a time. But even so, a game needed direction, and without one, I was just guessing where it would lead from there. Then a year passed without almost nothing done. Procrastination was the culprit. But this time, I didn't forget about it. The biggest accomplishment I reached lately was finishing my first complete project for the Brekis 2026.1 game jam. I still open the editor sometimes just to feel like I'm working. The difference now is I have control over it.